By now, I'm sure you already know, the Xbox 360 store is going to be no more. It's going to be closed effective July 29th, 2024. Today's episode, we're going to try giving you some value picks of games that are worth quite a bit now physically because the market's on the rise.
Yeah, so we're going to look at the top 10 most expensive games that you can get way cheaper digitally on the Xbox 360 marketplace. Now, obviously, we are pro physical media, but some of these games are getting ridiculous, and I don't think they're worth as much as they're going for physically. So this is a good option to like test drive the game, see if you want to get it or something. Yeah. And obviously, we know, before you comment, that we know that you can ROM and emulate all these games or download it for free or whatever. This is for casual gamers that don't want to do that. Yeah. You know, just gives you an option.
For sure. And I think, you know, some of these games, the market right now is getting the FOMO going for people. Yes. And they're just running to eBay and just clicking buy it now or whatever. And maybe you're okay with digital games. And maybe you just want to play the games. This is a good option.
So let's jump into the list. The first one we're going to talk about is a survival horror game, and that's Deadly Premonition. This game is available on the PS3 as well, but on the eShop it's $19.99, and this game is going physically for $43.32, so almost double the price. I think this game is going to keep going up in value because it's one of those weird survival horror games and I honestly don't think it's that good. It's fine, but there's so many better survival horror games. You know?
Yeah, I think the game is fine. I think you put it well. I mean, it's an okay play. The PS3 version's the director's cut version, but just given the nature of the game, the fact that it's survival horror, I think we're not going to see this one come down and land, you know, at that $15 range. It's going to keep going up. So it's a cheap way to play it. But honestly, right now, $43 isn't that bad
It's not bad, but that's the bottom of the barrel. We're getting it more expensive as we go. So stay tuned to the end because the last one is pushing $200. Yeah. Which is wild. So the next one we're going to talk about is Asura's Wrath. This game is $19.99 on the marketplace, and it's going for over $50. See how we're climbing in price? This is an action-adventure game. It's also available on the PS3. It kind of reminds me of God of War-esque, but it's not God of War, and I think there is on-rail shooter elements. Yeah. I haven't gotten that far of the game. We've just dabbled with it, so I don't know if I could recommend it, but if you like God of War and hack and slash, you might like it.
It's expensive on PS3 as well. I think it's a Capcom game, if I remember right, but for whatever reason, on both consoles, this game's starting to pop. I'm guessing low install base, but it is available digitally.
Yes, so $20 there. Moving on to the next one. This is a Konami game, and this is available on PS3 and Wii. The Wii version is super cheap, so if you just want to play it, maybe get it for the Wii, and that's Tornado Outbreak. This is a really weird tornado game where you just grow your tornado.
I call these games gobble 'em up games. You just create more havoc to grow your tornado to create more havoc.
It's fun, but it does get a little repetitive. I mean, if you're into the dumb fun where you just don't have to think and you just, it's fun.
I was just telling Robert, though, I was joking when we were playing this, like, could you imagine, like, how could you be bad at this game? Yeah. Like, if someone ever told you, like, man, I really suck at Tornado Outbreak, there's no way to be bad at it. You can't do anything but move around and hit shit.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Yeah. But this game is going for $19.99 on the marketplace, and it's $56.63 CIB for the Xbox 360. Like I mentioned, it's cheaper on the Wii, and I think it's even cheaper on the PS3. So that's another option. I wouldn't pay $56 for this. If you just want to play it, maybe get it for $20 or on a different console.
Well, now we're going to shift some gears into a little bit of shooter action.
Yes, we have a lot of shmups on our list, and this game we're going to talk about, Caladrius. This was Japan only physically for the 360. Now, they did release Caladrius Blaze on everything, and I think there's a Switch remaster, which includes all the DLC and everything, and we have the physical on Switch, and it's badass. But if you don't have a Switch, maybe you just have a 360, you want to play this shmup, it's $19.99, and the physical is going for almost $60. Now, the Xbox 360 is region locked, but there are some games, like PAL region games, Japan-only games, that do work. It's kind of a hot mess to figure out what games do work, but if you bought this game and then it doesn't work, I didn't look it up, so maybe you look it up, that would suck, because then you have to get another Xbox and all that stuff. This game is cool. I love shmups, you know?
Yeah, it's fun. This is probably the optimum way to play it is to play Blaze, but this is an option.
Yeah, it's just an option. The next game is Bullet Witch. $19.99 in the marketplace, and this game is going for $60.83 physically. This is a third-person shooter that reminds me of Bayonetta, but it's not Bayonetta, and Bayonetta's better. This is a game, though, that I think will keep going up in price.
Yeah, so I do as well. This is an Xbox 360 exclusive.
Yes,
it did not get a PS3 release. The thing is, with a lot of these, is I've been finding these still a lot. I've sold 2 copies of Bullet Witch this year, and the one in our collection is from this year.
Yeah.
I've made kind of a Frankenstein to give our copy to make it perfect, right? But this game's not very good.
It's very dated.
It does feel very dated. That's why you gotta be careful. It's one of those games that looks good when you watch a video of it and you hear somebody hyping it up. I wouldn't drop $60 on this game. There are so many better games in this realm than this game. It's not horrible, but it's not a $60 game.
Yeah, this episode isn't about recommendations, it's just about prices. Yeah. But I will say, don't spend $60 on this game. It sucks that it's physically only available on the 360 and digitally, I guess, but that's the only way you can play it. Moving on to the next one, Armored Core Verdict Day. This game is also available on the PS3, $19.99 on the marketplace. $86 for a physical copy of this, which is absolutely wild.
It is.
This is a mech action game. If you're into mech style games, you might like this game. It's fun, it's cool. I like that it's a little bit faster paced than normal mech games, but I'm not a big fan of mech games, so there.
Yeah, it's a good game. To me, starts feeling really redundant.
Yeah,
really repetitive. It's, again, not a bad game. I mean, if you know about Armored Core, you know about Armored Core. It's not going to break the mold, but it is a good Armored Core game.
Yeah,
for what it is.
It's cool. So if you just want to give it a try, maybe look for it on the PS3 or get it digitally. $86. I wouldn't say that's worth it. Moving on though to another shmup. This is a Japan-only physical again, and that's Bullet Soul. This game is $9.99. This game is only $10. And I say absolutely get this for $10 because the physical is over $100. It's a vertically scrolling shmup, very Japanese style, beautiful, just the colors and everything. This game is amazing. This is a for sure get this for $10.
Yeah,
this is phenomenal.
This game is dope.
If you like shmups,
if you like that bullet hell Japanese style shooter. This is a lot of fun. The patterns are fairly. I'm not saying the game's easy, but it seemed like it was fairly. Forgiving.
And what's unique about this game is you can shoot the bullets. There's some bullets that you can just kill so you don't have to dodge everything, and there's other bullets so that's kind of makes it a little bit unique, and it's fun. I had a lot of fun with this one. Moving on to the next one, that's Under Defeat HD Deluxe Edition, also available on the PS3. $19.99 on the eShop. This is over $100, $110 physically, but this is another one that is Japan only physically. So if you want to get it, maybe get it for the PS3 or get it for $20. This is another shmup. It's a plane shooter.
It's helicopter, right?
Helicopter, yeah. So this is a really cool game. This is a very American style game, unlike the Japanese shmups that we talked about. It's cool because there's two versions. There's a widescreen version, which is your full freaking screen.
And then like the arcade panel.
The arcade panel, which is like old school arcade, and it's fun. I had a lot of fun with it. It's very different than Bullet Soul. It kind of reminded me of like 1944, 1945, but more modern. The graphics were like kind of realistic and stuff.
I liked this game a lot. This game is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we picked this up for $20, and it was a no-brainer. We got two more to talk about. This next one is a 360 exclusive, and it's super expensive physically, and I'm going to say right now, do not buy it for this price. That's Fatal Inertia. This game is $19.99 in the marketplace. It's going for $115. This is a plane racing game. There's split screen story, so you can do a co-op story mode. That's kind of fun. I don't even know if this game is worth $20, to be honest.
Yeah, so
it's fine.
This is one of those weird ones that I mean, I've seen places before on the cheap and left it there because it looks like shovelware.
Yeah.
It's a futuristic style racer. I mean, I think of in the realm of Wipeout.
F-Zero.
And F-Zero, that type of deal. This game is not horrible. There's some fun there. But if you're into that type of thing, there are so many other games you should play before you would get to this.
Yeah.
And, even if you want, I know it's a boat racer, but like Hydro Thunder Hurricane, get that all day long
that game
before
is
you
so much
go.
better.
I can't believe this game's going for $115.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to dunk on it. I'm sure somewhere out there somebody's like, dude, I really enjoyed that game. I could see that because it's fine.
It's fine. But don't spend over $100 for this. Pick up a better racer on a different console for less money. Like this game it's just fine. And then the last game on our list, Bullet Soul Infinite Burst. And wait a second, you're gonna go, didn't you already talk about Bullet Soul? Yes, but this is the Infinite Burst Edition. $9.99 digitally on the marketplace, so $10 again. This game is pushing $200, $190.61. Japan only physical. It's a vertical shmup that's very similar to Bullet Soul, the OG, but it is different enough that feels like it's a different game. And this game is beautiful. They added coins. It's very Japanese. I feel like there's more characters. From what I've read, this is like the upgraded and remixed version of the first game. So it feels different enough. We'll have comparisons, so it feels and looks different enough that for $10 I was like, hell yeah. 200, no. But for $10, this game is really fun.
I'm pretty sure these games, the Bullet Soul games, are available on the Switch.
They might be. Yeah.
I think they are.
Like a collection or something.
Yeah, and I haven't looked into what the price is on those, but so $9.99 could be. I can't imagine it's cheaper than that on the Switch.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I'm guessing if it's a newer release on the Switch, this may be a really good option.
I would highly recommend the Bullet Soul games.
Yeah.
Those games are great. A few of the games we talked about today obviously are blah, but this is just a price episode.
Yeah.
So, but we did play a lot of these games, and it was fun. But make sure, because we only got a few more months, just get on the Xbox 360 Marketplace, scroll through. The store is kind of confusing, and it kind of sucks to scroll through. But just scroll through the games, see what catches your eye. There might be a game that a lot of people shit on, but you go, oh, I like this game. That's fine. Just play games. Yeah. There's a game on the store, Burnout Crash, one of my favorites. Pick that game up. But a lot of people watch us play, and they're like, not for me.
Yeah.
But we loved it.
We'll do a video on some of those digital-only games. If you're really getting that FOMO vibe for the 360 and you're like, dude, I gotta go get this stuff, keep your eyes peeled. Just in the last 2 weeks, I've got bags full of 360 games at garage sales, thrift stores, pawn shops, consignment shops. What I fear is people are like, now's the time to get on the 360. If you've been watching our channel, we were telling you that 3 years ago. Now is not the time. Don't just get on eBay and overpay. There are deals out there. There are deals on the store digitally. I think the market's going to come back down. I have no idea what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. But I've been seeing Xbox 360 games in the wild for so many years, and a lot of these common games that I see everywhere are now jumping up in price. So I don't know if they're going to stay up there in price or drop back down. But everybody had these games. Like you brought up like a while ago when we were off filming, like Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Yeah,
that game was everywhere. A freaking launch title, and it's going for like $60. Yeah. That's so dumb.
It is.
Like, don't buy it for $60. Obviously, it's a fun game and stuff, but I was finding that game for $1.
Yeah, you will find the stuff. Just keep your eyes peeled. There's tons of fun to be had on the 360. There's a lot of people that are still getting rid of the stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it is what may happen after the store is like when they kept the PS3 store open, they threatened to close it. Prices went nuts. They didn't close it. Prices relaxed, but they never came back down to normal.
Nope.
So I don't know what's going to happen with the 360 with them actually closing the store. The Wii U, prices went nuts. They relaxed. They never came back to normal or whatever normal was. They never came back to that lower time frame.
I think the value of the 360 games will stay up because of the Xbox's backwards compatibility. So that's really cool. So if you have an Xbox One or an Xbox Series, you could still get a 360 game and play it on. I mean, obviously not all of them, but I think that's going to hold value. So it's like, oh, I don't have to own the console, but I can still play these games. So that's pretty cool.
We'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. Hopefully this helped you. If there's any of those games that the channels out there are saying you got to go grab right now, and you're like, I don't want to pay that. Oh, I could play it for that price.
Yeah.
So it's trying to help you out best we can. We always appreciate you tuning in, subscribing to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the one and only Gaming Off the Grid.